Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Man United eye Ghanaian playmaker for the summer and consider Casemiro loan move to South America. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Man United prepare serious move to sign £40 million playmaker. Manchester United have embarked on a new chapter under the stewardship of Ruben Amorim, but the transition has been far from smooth. In 20 matches across all competitions, the Red Devils have secured victory on just 10 occasions, suffering 8 defeats along the way. Consequently, Amorim is expected to oversee a significant rebuild during the summer transfer window in an effort to reverse the club's fortunes. As a result, Manchester United currently find themselves short of both depth and quality in the wide attacking positions. In light of this, Spanish outlet Fichajes reports that the club are planning a serious move to bolster their forward line, with AFC Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo emerging as a prime target. The Ghanaian international has been an integral figure in Andoni Iraola's squad, and the Cherries' boss is understandably reluctant to part ways with him at this stage. Despite Bournemouth's desire to retain his services, Semenyo himself is reportedly open to taking the next step in his career should United submit a formal proposal. If the South Coast club are ultimately compelled to sell, they are believed to be willing to accept a fee in the region of £40 million for the 25-year-old attacker. A versatile forward, Semenyo is naturally right-footed, but equally adept at operating on either flank. Over the course of the current campaign, he has featured in 26 matches across all competitions, scoring 9 goals and providing 4 assists. His contributions have not gone unnoticed, with his ability to influence games making him an attractive prospect for a club of United stature. His consistent performances have solidified his reputation as one of the Premier League's most promising wide players, and it remains to be seen whether Manchester United will step up their pursuit in the coming months. Casemiro set for loan move to Brazilian club. Casemiro's future at Manchester United remains a subject of intense speculation, even after the closure of the January transfer window. The Brazilian midfielder had been linked with a move away from Old Trafford, with clubs from various leagues reportedly showing interest. While the transfer window has now closed in the Premier League, there are still markets around the world where business can be conducted. This leaves the door open for a potential departure before the end of the month. United, therefore, may still have an opportunity to offload the midfielder should an offer arise. One such market is Brazil, where the transfer window remains open until February 28th. This means that, in theory, clubs from Casemiro's homeland could still attempt to secure a deal for the experienced midfielder. Given his pedigree and the impact he could have in the Brazilian league, it is not surprising that speculation has begun to emerge. The situation has led to growing anticipation over whether he will make a move back to South America. According to journalist Jorge Nicola, there is growing interest in bringing Casemiro back to Brazil, with Flamengo emerging as a potential suitor. Reports suggest that the Rio de Janeiro-based club are exploring the possibility of signing the 32-year-old before the window closes. Flamengo are reportedly keen to strengthen their squad with an experienced figure, particularly in midfield. Their ambition to sign a player of Casemiro's caliber highlights their intent to compete at the highest level domestically and internationally. The suggested move would likely be a loan deal, with Flamengo keen to acquire the midfielder's services on a temporary basis. However, the financial aspect of the transfer could prove to be a stumbling block, as the Brazilian club are reportedly unwilling to cover the entirety of Casemiro's substantial wages. Given his status as one of United's highest earners, this presents a major challenge for any potential agreement. For a deal to materialize, Manchester United would likely need to subsidize a significant portion of the midfielder's salary. Reports indicate that United are open to the idea of a loan move, but only under the right financial conditions. As a result, negotiations may hinge on whether the two clubs can reach a mutually beneficial agreement. If United and Flamengo fail to find common ground, the transfer may ultimately collapse before the deadline. Casemiro's role at United has diminished in recent months, particularly following the arrival of Ruben Amorim as head coach in November. Since Amorim's appointment, The Brazilian has made just 8 appearances in all competitions, suggesting that he is no longer a key part of the Portuguese manager's plans. His reduced involvement has led to questions regarding his future at the club, with speculation increasing over whether he will be moved on. If he does leave, it would mark the end of what has been a short but eventful spell at Old Trafford. Over the course of the current campaign, Casemiro has featured 24 times for United, but his involvement in the Premier League has been particularly limited. Since Amorim took charge, he has appeared in just 4 league matches, further fueling speculation about his long-term future at the club. His lack of consistent game time suggests that he may no longer be seen as a first-choice option in midfield. This raises further doubts over whether he will play a significant role for the team in the coming months. Whether he remains at Old Trafford beyond this month, however, remains to be seen, with Flamingo seemingly ready to test United's resolve. The coming weeks will be crucial in determining where his future lies. What do you think? Should Casemiro leave Manchester United? Drop your raw opinions in the comments. Manchester United include 2 youngsters in first-team training. Manchester United have been preparing for their upcoming Premier League clash against Tottenham Hotspur this weekend. As part of their training sessions, the club have included young goalkeepers Ellie Harrison and William Murdoch in first-team preparations. Their inclusion comes as United deal with an ongoing injury crisis within their goalkeeping ranks. With key players unavailable, the club have had to look to their academy for reinforcements. United returned to action on Sunday afternoon when they traveled to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where head coach Ruben Amorim will be forced to manage his squad carefully. Andre Onana retained his place in goal for the FA Cup 4th-round victory over Leicester City last Friday. However, senior goalkeepers Altay Bayındır and Tom Heaton were both ruled out due to injury, leaving United short of experienced options. This has presented opportunities for academy prospects to step up and gain valuable experience. One such player was Hubert Grazic, who was named on the substitutes bench for the first time since joining the club from Arsenal last year. The 21-year-old had previously taken part in pre-match warm-ups against Arsenal and Southampton but had never made a match-day squad until now. His selection was a direct result of the injury crisis, which left Amorim with limited alternatives. Despite this, his inclusion reflects the high regard in which he is held within the academy's setup. Grazic's involvement highlights just how severe United's goalkeeper shortage has become in recent weeks. He is effectively the club's 7th-choice goalkeeper at senior level, yet found himself part of the first-team squad for an important fixture. The situation arose because Bayındır and Heaton were sidelined, while 4th-choice keeper Radek Vitek is currently out on loan at FC Blau-Weiß Linz. With multiple absences, United had no choice but to turn to their youth ranks for cover. The depth issues saw 7th-choice Grazic named on the bench, while 8th-choice Murdoch was involved in pre-match warm-ups. At just 17 years old, Murdoch joined United's academy in 2023 and has since established himself as a regular for the under-18. His development has been closely monitored, and he has already made a strong impression within the youth ranks. The teenager will be eager to continue his progress and build on the opportunities presented to him. Murdoch has featured twice in the FA Youth Cup this season and will be hoping for further involvement when United face Chelsea in the competition on Wednesday night. His rapid rise through the academy has been a testament to his talent and potential. Despite still being in the early stages of his development, his involvement in first-team activities is a promising sign for his future. With more injuries affecting the senior squad, further opportunities could arise for him. Looking ahead to the Tottenham fixture, United are hopeful that either Bayındır or Heaton will recover in time to make the squad. Having at least one of them available would provide Amorim with a more experienced option to support Onana. However, if neither player is deemed fit, the club may once again have to call upon their young academy goalkeepers. This scenario would further underline the extent of the current crisis. Ellie Harrison is another player who could be included in United's travelling squad for the trip to North London. Although he remains cup-tied for the remainder of the FA Cup campaign, there are no restrictions preventing him from being selected for a Premier League fixture. Given the club's limited options, it is likely that he will be part of the squad as further cover. His involvement would continue the trend of academy players being integrated into the first-team environment. United's injury crisis has forced them to look towards their youth setup to fill gaps in the squad. While this presents a challenge for Amorim, it also offers valuable experience for the club's young goalkeepers. The upcoming fixture against Tottenham could once again highlight the reliance on academy talent, as United look to navigate this difficult period with limited senior options available. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.